This iPhone does it all. You can video call, message people in innumerable ways, send photos and HD video, browse the web and run your life or business from it. Phones today have cameras that shoot with unbelievable quality, GPS, fingerprint and face recognition, and millions of apps that do just about everything are worlds apart from what we had just over 25 years ago. Codenamed Santra, you'll probably know it better as the Nokia 5110. It was announced on the 12th of April 1998 and released in the third quarter of that year. Forget the features of the iPhone, the 5110's primary selling points were its long battery life and ease of use. It came with a revamped user interface known as Series 20, and its biggest technical feature was that it could function like a modem to connect to remote computer systems through the Public Switched Telephone Network or PSTN. A far cry from today's high-resolution displays, the 5110 had an 84 by 48 pixel monochrome display which was backlit by LEDs. It was most memorable for being one of the first phones to feature the legendary game Snake, and this basic phone went on to become one of the most popular handsets of its era. Many different variants were produced, some of which I'll show you as we go. The Nokia 5146 on 1:1 and the NK402 on orange were the two biggest variants in the UK. Today you can customize your smartphone with wallpapers, backgrounds, 1,000,001 options of cases, you can have any ringtone you like, you can change colours, fonts, sounds, layouts, and pretty much anything your imagination will allow. However, back in the late 1990s, with something like the 5110, we had other ways of customizing these basic phones. One of the selling points of the 5110 was the easy-to-change Express-On covers. They were produced officially in a limited range of colours and designs, and unofficially in endless options. Pressing the release button on the top of the phone allowed you to easily remove and swap your front cover. You could also swap the keypad too. The 5110 was the first Nokia phone with these user-replaceable covers. On earlier models like the 3110, special tools were needed to change the faceplates. These covers were made for the Ericsson 337 and 388 phones and required a phone shop or some experience in order to fit them. How beautiful are these? The pearlescent case with LEDs shining through must have looked great back in the 1990s. This stunning Ericsson PF768 was converted from black plastic to transparent in a phone shop in Tottenham Court Road in London way back in 1997. Unfortunately, working batteries for these are hard to come by and the original has deteriorated over the years. Despite servicing the body of the phone, I can't show you it lit up because it needs a functional battery in place when the charger's plugged in order to allow it to power on. So you can see the 5110 was a game changer for easy customization. These official Express-On cases were sold everywhere and there were many different aftermarket versions produced. You could keep your supplied case or swap it for whatever suited you. You could opt for blue skies, a reminder of your holiday. You could be patriotic to your country or to your favourite TV show. You could appeal to your inner hippie side. You could go for floral. Animal print may have suited you, or carbon fibre. You could unleash your paranormal side or your artistic side. These two were retrofitted with 3D holographic images on the screen. This phone has an alien-themed case with matching hologram. These were released in dozens of different styles and despite selling in their millions, they're hard to come by nowadays. There were nautical ones, paranormal and spooky ones for those who like that sort of thing, cute ones for animal lovers, and anything else you could imagine. Those who wanted something more exclusive looking could opt for something like a mahogany effect case for the Jaguar or the solid gold look. Shiny cases were all the rage. Chrome was popular along with matching buttons. The gold was released in a few variants unofficially too, and I particularly like the rose gold with black buttons. The shiny cases were released in many colours. The American 5160 with its slightly different keypad and bezel shape also came in a shiny case too. Why settle for these boring Olar cases from France when you could upgrade to a dazzling rainbow coloured theme with matching buttons? The 6310, also released in 1998, had some shiny cases made for it too, but these required a screwdriver and weren't Express-On. One of the other fancy upgrades which was completely pointless was turning your 5110 into a flip phone. These 5130s were modified with shiny flip cases that featured a little button to release the keypad cover. Someone got carried away with the holographic stickers here too. Those who loved a Bacardi Breezer on a Friday night could show their support with a transparent orange flip case. I'm personally not a fan, which brings me to transparent cases. My reason for collecting these phones is I love 90s tech, especially transparent tech. In the 1990s they made transparent games consoles, pagers, phones, radios and just about everything. It screams nostalgia to me and it's making a comeback. Transparent tech really only went into hibernation, waking only recently with a spike of transparent gadgets, from smartphones to wireless earbuds to portable gaming devices. My first transparent phone was this Nokia 6510, a dual-band GSM phone that was also released in 1998. This required taking the phone apart to fit it. As you can see, it looks fantastic. Transparent cases were produced in limited colours for the 5110 and its variants. Some American variants came supplied with these smoke translucent cases. Perhaps the pinnacle for most was the crystal clear case, which allowed you to see the phone's internals to a degree. The selling point was the LEDs that shone through in the dark. Other colours like yellow looked fantastic as they were, but if they were put under black light, looked even more stunning. The blue one was one of my favourites, whether it be clear blue, smoked blue or transparent blue with a chrome underside. The vibrant transparent neon colours really bring back the 1990s vibe we all know and miss. Perhaps even back then the craze came too late. After all, there's no cathode ray tubes, valves or mechanical parts in these phones. As well as showing the LEDs nicely, transparent cases also showed a lot of dirt, but it was no problem to take the case off again and give it a clean. This yellow case has some strange looking LEDs inside. They run around the entire case within this circuit of fine wires and are all connected to a circuit board at the top. The reason for this was that the case flashed. How? Well, the stray RF from the phone sending a text or pinging a cell tower caused the LED circuit to flash. Unfortunately, time hasn't been too kind to these cases and the fragile wire circuits on both have been snagged and damaged over the years, which brings me to my final point on this nostalgic trip. Who remembers flashing LED antennas? These would again flash whenever the phone was transmitting a signal. They're extremely hard to come by nowadays, but were made in their millions for Nokia and Ericsson phones to name just two. There's a small antenna inside the plastic shell. Attached is a diode, a filter capacitor that charged when there was a signal present from the cell phone, and when the voltage across the capacitor went above the threshold needed to turn the LED on, a transistor switch discharged the capacitor through the LED, making it flash, or at least that's my understanding. This meant that if you made a call or sent a text, or even when the phone was looking for a signal, your LED antenna would flash. There was some other interesting devices made around this concept too, but you'll have to wait until next time as we cross into the early 2000s for some more retro phone tech.